All right, welcome in everybody to the TDA Post Game Show. Just now starting to get set up. I know y'all are ready to talk about this. We got a lot to talk about tonight, and none of it, other than Bryce Young's performance, is really good. Well, Jahmyr Gibbs showed out tonight, so I got to give the man his props. It looks like Mike is having a hard time. I think he fell down some stairs or something. I don't know.
Nah,
But,
man, I dropped my chair.
I got you. But we are live following last second, 2-second field goal by Tennessee at home at Neyland Stadium. And yeah, the anger is sitting in. Well, has been sitting in all game long, starting from when we spotted them, I believe it was 21 points. And we just couldn't get out of our own way from there. But welcome in, Mike. What's going on, brother? Are you in the basement?
Yes, I'm in the basement. I'm at a shindig. You know how it is, man. So I had to step
We
away
seem
from
to catch you at
everybody.
parties, man.
Man, I'm busy. You know how it is, man. But man, that was a thriller, man. But yeah, we got a lot to unpack today. A whole lot.
Well, first of all, I gotta say, Bryce Young, hats out off to him. A lot of people doubted him whether or not he was going to be able to play today. He not only played
Right.
today, but he balled out today, and I think he had over 400 yards passing. If not for Bryce Young, we don't even get back in this game or even have an opportunity to win the game. So, gotta give hats off for his tremendous play. Where do you want to start first, Mike? I mean, we can start with
Man,
17
that's
penalties. That's a good place to start off. We can talk about how the secondary just what turned into burn victims, and the
man.
defense itself felt like wet paper towel.
Man. Man, I guess the biggest thing I was a tad bit surprised as far as
Oh, I think we lost Mike. Mike, you still there? Oh, we had a blackout for a second there. Mike, you with us?
Let me hit. Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead and pick up where you left off. What were you saying?
I was saying I was a bit disappointed with the play calling. I think we could have got a few bit more numbers, but I think Bob did what he had to do. Now I am grateful that Bryce did play, just from the standpoint. I don't think we would have had a chance with. I love Milroe. That's my guy. But as a freshman in that type of territory, not sure what type of play calling would have been called. I think Bryce is, like you said, he came in and, man, he put the team on his back, man. And just like you said, kudos to him. But for the first half, man, I don't think we got any separation for the receivers. I don't think
None.
nobody sat down in those windows. Nobody attacked it. We didn't, Brooks, he stepped up quite a bit over everybody else. But out wide, bro, the slide is good. But out wide, we need some help. We ain't got nobody that's just blowing off the top or putting any fear in nobody. And Jahmyr Gibbs, he proved today he the best back in the country. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, without question. And the thing is, how long can we continue to run that bell cow, man? Because probably I'd say 80% of the offense was generated because of Jahmyr Gibbs. When the hell is someone else going to step up? Yeah, we had some instances where we started hitting some plays here and there to some receivers, but majority of the game, you're looking at Jahmyr Gibbs. Somebody's got to step up. Who's it going to be? And not only were the wide receivers not getting separation, Mike, I don't know if you've seen this. I'm sure as a receiver you saw this easily, but they're very lazy blockers.
And
Am I
nobody
wrong
coming
on that?
down. No, you're not. Nobody's coming, but you pay attention to again and again. I've been saying this for the longest. Alabama has went far as those small, speedy receivers, and pay attention to what Tennessee has. Every last one of their starting receivers over 6'2", 6'3", and up. They getting off the top, man. They can spread the field. It's a mismatch. And they putting them little corners. I can cuss on this one. They putting them last corners on their back, man, and taking it off the top. It's a mismatch. You got a 6'3" going against a 5'11", maybe 6 foot 180 guy. I mean, Tennessee had their way with our secondary. And I think that's what we're missing on the outside for our receivers, a big body receiver to dominate the game.
Yeah, and I thought Ja'Cory Brooks was going to be a guy that could do that, but the thing he's just not consistent enough.
What's his
Trayshawn,
classification?
he is a sophomore.
He got
Trayshawn Holden is he caught a ball late, and it was big, but he has a case of drops. Jermaine Burton has a case that drops. We have these guys that were supposed to be stars, especially coming from the transfer portal, who can't catch. And where the hell is Tyler Harrell? He had all this build up in the offseason. He runs a 4.18. He's going to torch people. I'm beginning to think he doesn't exist because, are we getting catfished? Is that what it is? Is that really the person who catfished Manti Te'o? Because I hadn't seen Tyler Harrell.
I think it may be one of those situations like the Eli Ricks situation. You must can't learn the playbook, man. I don't know. I'm thinking it has a number of things to do like that. Maybe the playbook, maybe too complicated. I don't know. And this mediocre offense, he should be able to pick it up. But it ain't rocket science, I can tell you that. But yeah, man, I'm a little taken back, but it's one of those games that you live for, man. But I'm still grateful. I know we are fast forwarding, but Bama beating A&M last week and losing this one is still going to put them in I feel like the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to having 2 losses back to back. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to lose one, I'm not saying, but that was the team. But we still got an uphill battle against Mississippi State and Ole Miss, man.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. Things don't slow down next week against Will Rogers and his band of wide receivers, man. They sling it all over the place. And he's burning up the offensive records and charts right now across the nation. So, of course, Hendon Hooker, hats off to him. Got to give the man respect. He did his thing. He balled out. I don't think he was really touched except, I think, one play by DJ Dale. Other than that, man, the man had a clean jersey the whole night. We weren't getting to him.
No pressure. No point of the game did we dominate the line of scrimmage. No point of the game. I think we got outplayed, and I think it's coming from we're Alabama. We show up. Again, this goes back into that mentality. What Mays has been saying for years, or you hear Marcus Constant speak of years, like you need some gangsters on that front on either offense or defense. I know y'all some religious people on here. Look, I need 2 church boys, and I need the rest of them to be gangsters. And that's going to balance out the O-line and the D-line. We got 2 good ones. And if outside of Dallas Turner and 31 or still will, who else do we got putting pressure, applying pressure? You know,
it's not Henry To'oTo'o.
Man, come on, bro. I'm talking about sheesh. I'm talking about that good. Them guards was on his ass the whole night. And I'm thinking, them your homeboys, you don't want to hit them or something? Come on now.
I guess so. But, I'm looking at Tennessee. They were attacking all night. They're sending 5, sometimes 6 players. We were playing some kind of soft zone, 2-hand touch kind of thing. And it just wasn't working. And we didn't make any adjustments whatsoever. And again, I reiterate, the secondary looked like a burn victims unit, because they were getting just torched the entire night. Hyatt had 5 touchdowns, bro, over 207. He had 207 yards to be exact. The man just got upgraded to a first-round draft pick on tonight alone. He didn't have to do anything the rest of the season. What he did tonight just got him a first-round draft pick.
That's them O.J. Howard numbers.
Yeah.
First round, baby. 1 game. I'm done.
One game. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he
what's
balled
going
out.
on with the secondary? I think Kool-Aid, for the most part, did all right. But I'm looking at the safeties. I'm looking at Terrion. There's confusion. That they weren't in the right places. Help me understand exactly what's going
Kool-Aid
on.
the only
Helm's
one.
got just destroyed.
Kool-Aid the only one who played well tonight in that secondary. The only one. Everybody else, hey man, y'all play like some cream puffs, man. But again, that was my biggest worry. Us, what do we say? We've been talking about this for weeks now. The secondary has not been tested, bro, and we got exposed. So you talking about we finna go against an air show? You know, these Lane Kiffin, probably the best signal caller in college football. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, they know you like he knows Saban like the back of his hand. You think he ain't finna hit you while you're down? They finna throw the whole kitchen sink at you. So we
Oh
better
yeah,
tighten up. You better tighten up. Just say, hey man, y'all playing man across the board. You get burnt, you get burnt. That's we ain't pointing no fingers. Get out of that zone. Call the dogs. Because no pressure's been applied to, like you said, Hooker ain't had how many sacks happened tonight? How many sacks did anybody get tonight?
I believe it was just one. I think there was
Come on,
one
man.
one
Just
sack.
one sack. Come on, man. Don't even sound right. That does not even sound right, bro.
So yeah, I
Damn,
mean,
that was a game.
yeah. Speaking of Lane Kiffin, it's not just going to be an air raid just tossing it up. This man can expose your weaknesses. He's good at finding mismatches and making you look like a fool. We hadn't really seen strategic play calling, scheming, and innovation yet. Other than tonight, but next week, Mike Leach, Will Rogers, we're going to see
Mm.
something. And then,
And they
oh
from
my,
my hometown. That quarterback from my hometown. He go to my rival school, so he country. You know he coming, man. We
he
country out
coming.
there, man. They some gangsters, man. We some country, and he all boy dog now. So we got to bring our A game, man. But I believe it or not, bro. Between me and you, I think it's a reality check for those Alabama players. It's almost like a kicking ass. Like y'all know who y'all think y'all are. Wake this shit up.
Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, leading up to this game and all the games, I'm seeing on their Instagram, man, get off of Instagram, get off of Twitter, and quit posting these fantastic pictures that make you look like you're a complete baller and putting these little taglines to try to get people's attention and get likes. Stay off social media, get in the playbook. Start learning your stuff because you got exposed and you got absolutely schooled tonight.
I
And
bet
like
not
Mike
see
said,
nobody post.
it ain't getting any easier. And the thing is, while we do have all our goals still intact and in front of us, we're going to have to fight for it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be handed to us, man. And if we don't get our act together real quick, we can be looking at a Gator Bowl. I mean, that's just the reality of it.
Birmingham Bowl,
Some.
Little Caesars, the Dollar General Bowl, one
We'll
of
be saying pizza, man. But I mean, I look at in the first half. The first half really set the tone for what happened. Did we fight back? Absolutely. I respect the guys for fighting back, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But in the first half, man, absolutely atrocious. But that's not saving ball. We are out coached, we're undisciplined, out physicaled, and just embarrassed in every phase of the game. Miscommunication all over the place. This isn't typical of a Nick Saban team. So how do we correct this? And while we have all of our goals still out in front of us, Mike, this is either going to do one of two things. This is either going to get us right and get us focused and wake us the hell up, or they going to run off like some scalded dogs and kind of disappear a little bit. So, and this is a different generation, man. Back in your day, and back before the NIL day, we got hit in the mouth, man. We took it serious. We took offense to it, and we woke the hell up. This is a different generation. This is a soft generation. So, how do you see this playing out?
Well, I'm gonna give you a little rebuttal. I'm gonna wonder because I've been, the more you read, the more you learn, whatever. I'm not so sure if it's just the kids. I think us as parents and this, us as we're we don't expect as much out of these kids. We try to cater and coddle them. Think about all the amenities that they're giving to all these major universities for these kids to get
Mm-hmm.
recruited. You ain't got to work for shit.
Not at all.
Everything now. You getting pampered. You know what I'm saying? You like a world class horse. You got all the amenities. All you got to do is show up. But again, it's them kids that's across town. What they say, the wolf climbing the mountain is usually hungrier than the one at the top. And we ain't got satisfied, man. We can only be so hungry for so long. But it's after the season over, man, they're gonna have to get some more coordinators, bro. That's a must on both sides. A must.
You know, you and I have this fight with fans daily, weekly, you know, whether we're on here or we're in our daily grind, you know, coming across people, just however we come across people talking about the exact same thing we saw today, but yet they don't see a problem. It's they don't see a problem with the defensive coordinator. They don't see a problem with Bill O'Brien's play calling. And I just don't understand after seeing the display before our eyes tonight, clear as day. How do you sit here and doubt what we're saying, what Marvin Constant saying, what Steve Brown's saying, what Bo Scarbrough is saying, everything that he predicted early in the week, it happened tonight. So why is it hard for fans to understand what's going on?
I think they don't understand what's going on because we don't like to hurt people's feelings anymore. We try to shield people from the truth. You know what I'm saying? What they say, the truth needs no defending. And once we say something, shit, we let it go. But most of these people, they try to spit tooth and nail. This is why he's good. This is where he stays. This is why he's in the NFL. Hey man, I hear all of that. Sometimes you just get lucky and you end up with a good job. It happens quite often.
You're right.
More than what you know. And a lot of these guys that are on those coaching staff, not just at Alabama, but a lot of these major universities are there because they know somebody. They know the right people. You know, that's like me. Well, I do have my business, but that's like my brother saying, "Hey, man, I need a job." So instead of my brother being suffering and had to go work for somebody else, he can come work for me, and I can pay him what I want to pay him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you keep it in your circle. The football world is a small community, man. But these people fail to realize these same coaches get recycled. When last time, man, we heard about Coach McElwain? What happened to Major Applewhite? He was underrated
That's a
as
good
an offense
question.
coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to? I mean, why do you let these guys not leave? Like, I'm just, we got to go back to that old school feel, man. This was the most complete team that we've seen. Tennessee, them boys was balanced. Run game was not scared. They were throwing the ball. They played calm and controlled the game the entire night.
They were aggressive.
We thought we were going to overtime. There wasn't nobody in that secondary playing. They were ready. They thinking about, oh, okay, we going to overtime. Shit, man, them boys played to that whistle stop. Them boys, Tennessee played to that whistle stop. They got a point to prove. And they proved it.
Yeah, absolutely. It just amazes me, you know, what we're talking about here. And I'll get the argument of, well, look what Bill O'Brien did for Bryce Young last year. He has a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback on his resume. We got to the national championship last year because of Bill O'Brien. Hold on a second. We did not get to the national championship game because of Bill O'Brien. Bryce Young did not win the Heisman because of Bill O'Brien. We overcame a lot of Bill O'Brien's deficiencies because of elite quarterback and last year wide receiver play. John Mechie, Jameson Williams, Bryce Young are elite level players, and that can overcome a lot of stupidity. And that's why we're able to be successful last year. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Bill O'Brien is the Les Miles of offensive coordinators. Has all the talent and tools at his disposal, and is able to have some success just because of how gifted those players are, but can never get to that next level because of his own intuition. He's not doing anything.
I put up a post not too long ago kind of talking about what you're saying, because I'm a strength and conditioning coach. For you guys don't know, I have my own facility, Maximum Performance, and I see a lot of these kids, and I posted it maybe a few weeks ago. I said, "Is your trainer or your coach making you better, or are you making him relevant?" And that goes hand in hand with what you said about last year. Come on, man! Every last one of your superstars got drafted first round. These
Mm-hmm.
these boys are NASCARs. All you gotta do is just keep the tires changed and keep the oil changed, and they gonna drive themselves. They know what they want. Um, I'm reading what he said. Fire Golden O'Brien after the season. This is the most undisciplined Bama team, shooting themselves in the foot. Hey, I agree. They look like us in 07, 06, 07.
Yeah.
We was out there thugging, man. We did what we wanted to. We was renegades. But like they are all serious, man. I think again, you got coaches trying to be friends. You got everybody that's riding a wave and no discipline. Hard times build tough people, strong people. Good time, easy time builds weak people. And we're in a generation over Alabama where you got a whole bunch of weak people.
You're right. Well, listen, man, we've had the people on the phone lines just waiting and chomping at the bit. And I want to remind everybody as we start to open up the call segment that Mike is unable. You're unable to hear Mike. So if you would state your name, where you're calling from, what you want to talk about, then hang up a listen so that you can hear all of us speak. Before I do that, we got a special guest in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Marvin Constant, what's going on, brother? Go ahead, let it loose, my friend.
It ain't nothing to let loose, because what did I tell y'all? Talk to me in a month.
Man.
Everybody wanted to talk about this defense and talk to me in a month. Mike, you'll agree with this. Well, first and foremost, what up, Mike? What up, Justin?
What's happening?
Mike, you'll
What
agree
up?
with this. You give up 52 points, you deserve to lose.
Oh, without question. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
come on,
I agree
man.
with that. When you give up 17 penalties, you deserve to lose.
Exactly.
Shit, when you give them more than 30 points, you deserve to lose. That's over with. Yeah.
That defense couldn't stop nothing, bro.
Couldn't stop a baby. Shit.
Oh boy had 5-6 touchdowns. At what
5
point do you
touchdowns.
say at what point do you say, let me at least bracket this man? Let me get this corner some help, because he's out here killing this corner. At what point do you say, let me run a bracket to the field or the backside, wherever he's at, zone away from him, so that I can get him the help he needs, because he's annihilating us?
You
At
know what he
what point
did?
do you say, this is probably the best option?
The boy said, "I'm coming out. I want the world to know." Because he
let
put on
everybody
a
know.
show.
Six catches, 207 yards, 5 touchdowns, guys.
God dang.
And no adjustments
And
made.
then Alabama's last possession. Why are we throwing the ball instead of running the ball? All we needed was about 5 to 8 yards, line it up in the middle of the
Middle of the
hashes
field. Okay.
to kick the field goal.
Somebody understands.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's been the problem.
understands.
We didn't need a first down. We just needed 5 to 8 more yards to make it about a 40 to a 42-yard field goal in the middle of the hashes. That's all we needed. All we needed.
That sounds too much
Nothing
like smart.
fancy.
Too much like right.
Too much like right. We got some.
I'm
It
looking
took
at
everything in my
said,
power not to put my Fire Pete shirt on today.
that boy said, bro, I'm
No
still
one would have
tripping.
said a word had you done that.
6 catches, 5 touchdowns, man. What in the
5.
boy? You gotta be
Man,
single handedly.
if you
That's
have
what you
fantasy
need to.
football.
That's what you need to get paid to get in the portal. Yeah.
At what point, though, do you not realize you have to get that corner some help? Because he was roasting old boy. He served old boy
Brackets.
Thanksgiving dinner out there.
On both sides, though. He was going back and forth. He was saying
But
they
that's what I'm
on both
saying.
sides.
So why wouldn't you get him help on either side?
You should have. You
Wherever
said
he
it
went,
best,
it
bro.
should have been a bracket coverage, hands down.
That's right. Right. Hey, I ain't gonna even argue with you on that. That's common sense.
I would have made it known that I'm bracketing you, and everybody else gonna have to beat me. I would have made it known. Yes, we are bracketing him. You're gonna have to beat me with somebody else.
Somebody over the top every time, Jack. And I'm
That
talking about
pride,
the
man.
middle. What pride when your ass getting beat? You ain't got no pride.
No, but I'm saying that pride.
Man, forget pride. That was gone a long time ago, sir.
I'm talking about these coaches and their pride, because I don't want to do that, because this is what I'm used to running. See, that's their pride factor. My pride would never let me take an ass whipping when I can make an adjustment to fix the problem.
Pride comes before destruction, brother. You know
That's
that.
it. That's it. Well, let's go ahead and get a caller in. They've been waiting a while. Welcome to the live show. You're on with Marvin Constant, Justin Riley, and Mike McCoy. If you will, state your name, where you're calling from. Tell us what you want to talk about, then hang up and listen so we all can talk to you. What's going on?
What's up, Justin? This is your boy, Coach Smoot, man. How you doing?
Well, you want me to answer that truthfully, or you want me to give you the sugar-coated answer?
You ain't even got to tell me. Marvin, Mike, what's up, fellas? Hey,
Hey, man, didn't I tell you you was one of the main ones I told to give me a month?
Backlash, but dealing with a high-power offense like that, the only gripe I got is not making those safeties staying too high. There was no way we should have had any safety run support, because the front, they were handling the run. We were keeping everything in front of us. When you playing a high-power defense like that, a high-power offense like that, that moves at tempo, you take what they give you. You take what they give you and you hold everything beneath you. Why weren't we doing that? Especially on Arnold's side. And then safety over top of Arnold didn't have enough sense or enough athleticism to say, hey, I don't need to cheat on the run game. My front is really holding their own. Toa, yeah, he hugging. They not getting 10-yard runs on the dive plays or on the stretches. They're not breaking for 20-yard runs against us. So let's play it safe. Let's keep everything in front of us. And then when they get in the red zone, let's use space against them. That's how you slow down a high-powered offense that can stretch the field. You put them in small spaces and make them operate to a top level where it's harder. It's proven. The statistics show it. That's where Alabama had its best, they were most effective on the defensive side in the red zone. Why are we leaving so much space for the corner to get cooked? Arnold was lost all night. The switch release with the corner and the safety was killing us all night. Every time they stacked the receivers on either side, it was killing us. Kool-Aid didn't get tried because guess what? Battle was helping him over top, making Hook go away from that look. All you gotta do is make the quarterback go away from that look for a second. You make him go away for that look for a second, guess what? Your defensive line and your pressure that you're sending gets another chance to get more pressure. They get a little bit more time to get pressure. We didn't get pressure tonight because Hendon Hooker didn't have to look away from his first and second look. You can make your first two reads within the first 3 steps of your drop back. Mike McCoy, you know this. Because guess what? Guess what we preach our receivers to do? You have to win at the line. You win at the line in the first 2 seconds of the play. And guess what they receivers was doing? Winning at the line because of that switch release. Pete Golden, you called a decent game up until those clutch moments where you needed to just play simple football.
He called a decent game.
Make your corners.
They gave up 52 points.
Front 7 or your front 6 fill gaps and tackle people.
How many times
did not kill us with his legs?
How many times?
I can't hear
I
you,
give
Marvin.
Pete Golden a little bit of credit up to the last 2 drives.
All right, I gotta stop you. We gotta stop.
Hold on.
Right here.
Hey, Coach Smoot, Marvin wants to talk to you, but unfortunately, you won't be able to hear him. You can only hear me. So,
at what point did Pete call a good game? We gave up 52 points. We were getting roasted in cover 0 and cover 1 all game long. As a defensive coordinator, you got to know you better get the hell out of that if you getting your ass handed to you. There's no shame in running zone. There's no shame in providing help over the top. There's no shame in brackets. Henry Toa, he got the guard and the tackle in his chest all damn night. What the hell do you mean? Listen,
my
man.
grandma gave me that chain.
Right. I love my team, but I'm gonna call it what it is. They got their ass handed to them. You cannot say defensively we played a good game. We gave up 52 points. No. And again, we were getting killed, man. It was times where it seemed like the pressure just wasn't getting there. DBs, I don't know what the hell they were doing. I don't know.
But again, I told y'all a long time ago, give it a month, and we'll see what this team is really made of.
I told y'all, give it.
Hey, Coach Smoot, you're echoing, man. If you want to say one
My
last
bad.
thing, and then we got to switch over to the next caller, brother.
I was trying to listen. I just wanted to test the offensive side before I get off, man. And it's not gonna take long. When I say Bill O sold this game on the last drive, just like Marvin said, why are we not running? We have literally broke every time we ran the ball more than 3 times on a drive. We broke for 12+ yard games every time. More than 3 rushing plays. It wasn't even a scheme. It was just literally giving the running backs a chance and the O-line a chance to get a push. We were breaking for big yardage. That last drive, we literally could have set Will Reichert up with his strong leg for a middle drive. You give that kick all you got straight down the line. That would have won us the game. Why is he trying to pass the ball? Incomplete pass. Your wide receivers have dropped 4 major passes throughout the game. Why are you trying to put it on them to make the play? Bryce, why are you jogging when you got the lane to break for 6-7 yards and put pressure on the safeties to walk up? Like, these are simple things that coaching, like we were saying, I'm agreeing with y'all. I'm not giving the coordinators no excuses. I'm not giving them no slack tonight. Like, for real. This was a bad play caller in crunch time. Those times where the athletes got to make plays, yes, they made plays, but sometimes it falls on the coaching. And these last 3 drives of the game, you don't have to watch the rest of the game. I know the defense gave up. Our DBs played horrible. Even on the pick, Helms, you got lucky. And then Hooker missed 2, he overthrew 2 touchdown passes. We've seen that. But when you have a chance to capitalize, the coaches have to make those decisions to where the players don't get that liberty to make their own decisions. And when you talk about personnel, my gripe has been since day one for personnel on both sides of the ball. Why are we rotating Cohen off the O-line? Why are we rotating so much on the O-line? Why is Dalcourt at the end of the game when Seth McLaughlin is literally the energy for the O-line? And why are we not giving Gibbs and McClellan the ball up the middle where we've been gassing this team the whole game? This is crazy. Bill O, you got to go. Pete, you got to do better. You got to stay consistent. And Nick Saban, I'm coming to you too. Where is your management at? Why are all these mistakes still being made? Where is your management at over your coach staff? I don't care what y'all got to say. We got to do better. This is not Bama football, what we used to seeing. Marv, you hit it right on the head. That last drive with that offensive coordinator, that offensive play calling, not one run. And Jahmyr Gibbs is really running cats over, really playing with cats, toying with cats, making them miss tackles off before the handoff. Like, this is crazy, man. And you got a receiver in Kobe Prentice who's killing his matchup the whole game, killing his matchup. And Bryce hits him off 4 times. Isaiah Bonds killing the same matchup. He lift them off 4 times in the game. In clutch times, we got to do better, chat. Roll Tide, I think we come back, we rebound, but Roll Tide, man. Tonight, it was a disgrace as far as play calling.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm gonna follow suit with what he said. Go ahead.
You want to hit on that?
I want to interject one quick thing, Mike, and I want you to speak on this, Mike. Before the season, did they all not say this defense and this team would be the best team in the Nick Saban era?
They said that bullshit.
They said matter of fact, they said best team in school history, possibly.
I knew that was a lie. I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell you why they saying this. And this is my problem that I have with analysts. I'm in the strength, and again, I keep going back to the strength and conditioning world. We at a point now where we let computers and analysts make decisions off of emotions. When we know basic football, you know basic things, and no energy on either side of the ball. Like, pay attention to the sideline. From the position coaches to the weight room to the scout team, ain't no energy on the sideline. Everybody posted up like a light pole. Like, ain't no energy over there. But you spend all this money on these coaches and ain't got nothing to show for it. What are you paying them analysts for? Well, you got all that knowledge over there that ain't been applied to that damn play calling over there on either side. We're talking about simple football.
There's a comment here that you need to address.
Mike, you ready to admit that Pete horrible?
Man. Oh, my goodness, man. Bro.
I've only been saying it for 3.5 years.
But you know what, man? I always, we all try to give people the benefit of the doubt, try not to, try to spread love, man. But forget that, man. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Get on about it, cuz.
Well, listen, we got to take another caller. Again, callers, while you're on the line, please understand that you will not be able to hear what Mike or Marvin's saying. So if you would state your name, where you're calling from, state your piece, and then if you would hang up and listen so that they can answer your questions effectively. So I'll go ahead and take this next call. Welcome to the show. You're on live with Justin Riley, Mike McCoy, and Marvin Constant. If you would tell us who this is, what you want to talk about. Let's let it roll. Hello, call. Can you?
This Canadian reporter from Mississippi.
What's going on?
How y'all doing, players? How y'all doing, coaches? Hey, I'm agreeing with everything y'all saying. Everything y'all said is the truth. Players is playing like some soft cream puffs out there. That's not Bama football, period. Nick Saban, I love him, but hey, he got to harden up. He got to toughen up. Excuse my language real quick, though. They ass got to play like Bama. They ass is not playing like Bama right now. Never gave up that many points like that. What the defensive coordinator doing? You got a safety trying to play a guy in the slot. Nobody on him. He getting a free release. Nobody bumping him or anything. Hosting them all game. And you gonna tell me you ain't gonna bring nobody down? Like the player just said, he ain't gonna probably play no bracket or nothing around him. Not anything around him. Really? That's the stuff they're gonna get our ass beat every game. The way Bill O'Brien called play. We got all that speed and we're not trying to use it at all. The seam route was open all night. We didn't throw one damn seam route down the field. Not one. Every time we came with that backside slant, the seam route was wide open. When we was in the trips down at the bottom. Didn't get one pass tonight like that. Not one. And just like the player said, why are we not running the ball at the end of the game? Why are we not running the ball? That's all I got to say, y'all. Roll Tide. Tell me what y'all got to say.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide. Thanks for the call.
I want to say something real quick. I told y'all at the beginning of the season that our defense would be our Achilles heel. You score 49 points, you should win that game 10 out of 10 times, hands down, undisputed. And the thing that people don't realize, we still got to play Ole Miss. Still got to play Mississippi State, along with several other teams who are going to take this film from what Tennessee did, and they're going to stretch the damn field on us the exact same way because they see our weaknesses. Pete Golding is fucking terrible. Excuse my language. He is terrible. Pete is terrible. He doesn't have energy, man. And again, I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to say this. Coach Saban had an opportunity to hire other coordinators who were 100 times better than Pete, but he let him stick with Pete. Loyalty will get you killed. Loyalty will get you killed. There's no loyalty in business because all people care about are results, and Pete is not giving us results. I've been saying it for the last 3.5 years. Pete is not the man for the job. Where did he come from? UTSA, Southern Miss. Pete was not the man for the job. I've been saying this the whole time. And any coach out there will tell you, you score 49 points, you should win 10 out of 10 times.
Absolutely. Well, while we were talking about all that, Bo Scarbrough has joined us. What's going on, brother? I know you got a lot to say. I mean, everything you legitimately said earlier in the week unfolded right in front of us. So I'm going to turn it over to you, man. What's the first thing that you noticed that, I guess pissed you off?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily even say pissed off about it because, like, I've been trying to tell y'all, like, we need to start the game physical. We did not start the game physical at all. We looked like we were scared, like it was there out of head, like in a place like they never even seen before. It seemed like the crowd got to them, like they didn't even know where they were at the beginning of the game. Like, I didn't see no physicality from no phases at all, period. No one played with domination. No one stepped up and was a vocal leader. Like, playing football, you got to lead by being vocal at times. Being all that example not gonna work. It's only gonna go so far. You did your example part. You was a Heisman Trophy winner. You was up for all these awards. Will Anderson one of the players that leading by example. You know what I'm saying? But it's time for the leader to be vocal. You have to be vocal. You got to lay down the law and let them know what's the Bama Standard, why y'all here, what you doing it for. Like all them one team that you do in the summertime, y'all went out there and got your ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? All this, we doing overtime an extra one because we trying to win another championship, and you go out there and get your ass kicked, and you do all that work, and you doing all this work in the off season, all these 8 months of work in the off season just to celebrate for 10 minutes. And those 10 minutes is the most important minute that everybody in the country want. But we take it, we got players, I think, over there is taking it for granted. And we got too many transferred that coming in, don't know the Bama Standard, don't know what Alabama even mean, don't know the tradition, and they get out there just playing their own way, and they not playing by Alabama way. And I think that's what's wrong with the team now. It's a lot of different coaches and a lot of different cultures in the locker room, and no one want to come together. Everybody want to be separated. Too many prima donnas. You can see it. Like, you got to buy in. You got to play your role, whatever your role is. Shit, you got to play it. I don't care if it's throwing the water to Bryce Young. You got to do that if you want to win the national championship, because that's what teammates is for. If when you see another teammate down now, pick your head up.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Bo.
We ain't got none of that over.
Hey, Bo. Can I ask you and Mike a question? Sorry to interrupt you. Y'all both played on some phenomenal teams. I played on a phenomenal team. One question. Every defense on all of our teams and all the teams that you see win, do they not take the personality of their middle linebacker?
Yeah. Oh, gangsters. I need somebody selling drugs on the team.
Mike, who was your middle linebacker, Mike?
I had my first year when I first got there was Terrence Jones. He used to come down the hill. But I finished with Rolando McClain and Dante Hightower. They were my linebackers for 3 years. Prince Hall was in my first 2 years. No, my first year it was Prince Hall and Terrence Jones. After that, it was Rowe and Dante. After that, I mean, so I played with some animals, man. Some dudes that didn't kill. And they were athletes, man.
Bo, who was your middle linebackers, Bo?
They were Reggie, Ruben, Sean Dion, Rashawn Evans.
Now I played with me because but my point is, could you put toe in the class with any of them middle linebackers?
Scout team All-American. No.
Now,
Scout team All-American.
and I say this to say, that defense feeds off that middle linebacker. If your middle linebacker ain't going out there to kill shit and wreck shop, the pulse of that defense starts with that guy.
Let me ask you, who is your coordinator?
Ellis Johnson.
But who is your coordinator?
Lane Kiffin.
What defensive coordinator?
I'm talking about who your defensive coordinator.
Oh, defensive coordinator. Kirby.
See, and that's what I had. I had
Kirby and Pruitt. Them boys up, man. Listen.
No, but they played though. They played. Yeah. It's a difference. They played, so they know.
And Ellis Johnson was the same way. Ellis wasn't playing no games. Ellis was out there going toe to toe with players in practice. Ellis was pulling your card. Like,
that's what you need. Somebody that'll fight a player.
You right on that. Well, we got to take another caller. They've been waiting patiently on the line here. Remember, guys, if you're on the line, state your name, where you're calling from. Tell us what you want to talk about. Hang up and listen, because you won't be able to hear my panel here talk back to you. But you're on live with Justin, Mike, Bo, and Marvin. Tell us who you are, what you want to talk about. If you will, hang up and listen after that so we can give you a piece of our mind.
This is Austin from Hoover, Alabama. How are you doing?
Well, trying to bring down the frustration,
oh my
buddy.
Gosh.
But I'm trying to
be. Gosh, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, what did it take for Nick Saban to finally wake up and realize that he shouldn't have hired Bill O'Brien or Pete Golding in the first place? I mean, right when he hired both of them, I immediately protested because I knew ever since they came in, we've now become like a Big 12 team. Like, what the hell, man? It explained to me.
No, you're hitting it right on the head. But it's funny how no one else really sees that until you have it thrown in your face tonight. It was on full display. They got out coached.
I mean, this is a fireable offense. 52 to a Tennessee team. I mean, come on now. I mean, I don't understand why even we have a great kicker, but all of a sudden he does the same thing what Joseph Bulovas did against Auburn. It's like, is there like a curse on this team every time we play on the road?
You bring a very good point. But yeah, no intensity from either side of the ball, really, other than Bryce Young and Jahmyr Gibbs. They did their thing, but team as a whole, they left a lot to be desired.
But listen,
I told
man,
y'all Pete was trash a long time ago.
I know there's a lot of people on the phone listening to it. I don't want to hold up their time, but if Bill O'Brien and Pete Golden is not fired by next season, I mean, I'm just going to just explode over the city of Tuscaloosa. I mean, I'm just fed up. I've watched Bama. I've been a Bama fan since I was 8 years old. So I started watching. Just a lot of my family are Bama fans. Some are Auburn fans because of they went to school at UAB and they root against Bama because Bama tried to shut down UAB basketball, would not play them. Mm-hmm. So it runs my family. I had my dad's a Mississippi State fan. I have a paternal uncle who's a Clemson fan, and so even an aunt who's a Georgia fan. So it's a diverse in my family, man. I'm telling you. But still, I believe Bama all this time. But like I said, if these coordinators are not gone by next year, then I'm not watching them ever again until they are. I'm done. Thank you.
You're welcome. Roll Tide. Whoa.
I feel your pain. But I went into this game with low expectations because, like I said to y'all at the beginning of the season, talk to me in a month.
I was hoping
and
better,
here we
man.
are, 1 month later.
I thought we were going to pull it out, man.
Man, that defense, man, listen, man. Here's the thing you got to understand. And you know this, Mike. You know this, Bo. When you can't maintain momentum throughout a game, it wears on you. And as you go through that season, those games start to add up and they wear on you. So when you get to that back end of that season and you have no confidence in your defense, that's when it starts to become me ball and guys start to worry about their draft stock, which creates even more problems. So they're on the path to far worse problems than most people will ever even consider. I've seen it happen on numerous occasions. When teams fall apart and they're no longer in championship contention, guys start pulling up. They start protecting themselves. They start making decisions not to play because then it becomes financial decisions for them.
Man, you hit it. We used to have them talks in the locker room, but everybody was on the same mission, though. Bo hit it on the head.
Y'all had killers.
We did, but we also knew what the goal was. Like, Bo wasn't lying when you say, man, that team chemistry, you got a whole bunch of outsider guys. But think about where your whole coaching staff come from, man. It's a lot of different cultures up there, man. When we was on staff, my first 2 years, minus my weak-ass receiver coach, everybody from down south, man. So you understood the culture, you understood the language, you understood the diversity down there. But if you ain't in that sun and you don't understand the Bama Standard and what we all about, like Bo said, you got to play your role, man. And you got too many guys out there for self. Everybody got I guarantee you, these boys going to lose. It's going to be about 15 or 20 of them players that's going to post a picture of them catching a pass or running the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Tackle, and going to put a little baby lyric under there, hashtag, little quote. Like, bro, y'all just got y'all ass beat and y'all worried about what a female's at, what a hoe's at. Like, what agent talking about what you going to get. You just lost. Ain't nobody come to see no losers. Don't win that natty this year. Don't make it deep in the playoffs and see what happens.
And you already know as they go into the season, when they lose that confidence in their unit, man, that's when it becomes all for self for real. And when it becomes that, that's when the team implodes.
So my question is, where does the team go now? Like I told Mike earlier, they can go one or two directions. They can either man up, nut up,
To Sizzler, get some food, regroup,
is this
take a
soft
shot.
generation? Is this soft generation gonna back down and not respond? That's my question, because different situations. Bo, when you played, Marv, when you played, Mike, when you played, y'all got hit in the mouth. That pissed y'all the hell off, and then y'all took offense to it. In this generation, different player.
The difference, though, is who we had as coaches, man. You got to realize when I played, Dabo Sweeney was one of the offensive coaches. We had defensive coaches that were phenomenal, and we took pride in what we did. I wasn't going to let you just beat my ass and think that was going to be the end of it.
I got you.
Them boys don't even fight in practice no more. I already know. I guarantee you, they don't even fight. Like, they don't even argue no more. It's like, when you got alpha males in the room, you gonna bounce. I don't even see, like, when somebody makes a bad play, it's almost like in my book, we used to say, hey, bro, you got one my bad. After that, bro, it's smoke. You get one my bad. After that, hey, we finna you gonna see about it. But it's not like you said, it's not the same, man. I don't think they have the same. I think a lot of them like it. I don't think they love it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think
they
a lot
already
of them understand the process.
They getting a check now.
Oh, yeah. I need to take another caller. Hey, caller, I want y'all to know, if you would, state your name, where you're calling from, and then tell us what you want to talk about, and hang up and listen so that you can hear what we have to say. But welcome to the show. You're on live with Justin, Mike, Bo, and Marvin. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. What you got for us tonight?
Hey, my name's AJ Alden, man. Hey, how's everybody going this afternoon, this evening? I got one thing to say, man.
What's that?
This thing goes all the way back to the Natty game last year. On the blitz, the Pete Golden called. You had both guys come, and the tight end just slipped out the backfield and caught the ball. Pete Golden cannot call defense. When it looked like, and it was, you had one guy taking you to the woodshed. This should have been a basic basketball concept. Go find him all over the field. Don't let Helms get locked up on him again. Have one person go find him. If you put your best on him and you lose it, that's fine. But not to make the adjustment? Really? Really?
We're with you, man. I completely understand. None of it makes sense.
And then Bill O'Brien, hey, I know Bo Scarborough's not out there running the ball, but
his phone went out. I ain't hear.
But at the end of the day, give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs. Put him in space to make plays because, hey, he's the best person on the field.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You make some great points, and we're definitely going to hit on that. We do appreciate the call. Guys, I mean, I agree. Jahmyr Gibbs, the thing is, how can you give him the ball more than you already are giving him? He's already doing too much. Like Mike and I talked about earlier, someone else needs to step the hell up. Jahmyr Gibbs can't do it by himself.
But, Justin, at the end of the game, last drive, when you're there, you know what you're facing. Run the ball. Again, all you need is 5 to 8 yards. Center that thing between the hashes. Give Will the kick. We did nothing to help Will once we got to where we got to. We did nothing to help him.
Bo, you want to
Which
touch on
was
that?
surprised. I think they were. That's stuff that you prepare for, man. But again, Mark, like I told Justin earlier, man, hard times build tough people. Good times build soft people and weak people. And that's what these boys done had it too good. They don't know what adversity looks like. So they can't come. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it's like.
You're getting too much money in school.
Shit, I'm telling you. Think about it. My last year was the last year we did tour days. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Like,
jeez.
Dudes out there. Bo, how many? Y'all didn't do tour days no more, did
Yeah, we did tour days.
We did.
You kind of whispered that. That didn't sound strong enough, Bo.
We did 3 a day, sir.
But you know what I'm saying. So it's a different time, man. And they monitor. And I ain't saying it's not right because I do it in the weight room. But you think about, I remember the most 110s we ran were 36. I remember my first day at Bama, Coach TJ was like, this is after workout. And I'm like, oh, I killed that weight room. That man said 40-40s. That didn't register with me. I'm like, hold on. I know he bullshit. Nah, we ran 40-40s, dog, and all of them times. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I remember one of our boys, I ain't going to call no names. One of the coaches, he said he had one of the kids was diabetic. And he was like, Coach, I need some water. I'm gonna pass out. Coach said, you gonna die today. Like ruthless, bro. But you can't do that now. You'll offend somebody, man. We're not in the generation where you have men, alpha men. It's like, do what I say. You negotiating with these boys now, man. Get out of here, man. No kid's gonna run me.
Roll Tide
Well,
Rise Up
you
says.
see what negotiating got us tonight.
I had whooping.
Roll Tide Rise Up says, let's face it, guys, we're not disciplined at all. These penalty field games and lack of motivation from the players are killing this team. Also, these coordinators refuse to make adjustments.
I don't think Pete knows how to make an adjustment. Because I would have made an adjustment after the first series, and I would have went straight to a bracket on the old boy. Like, you're gonna beat me. You're gonna beat me with anybody but him.
But it ain't went down there with 25 seconds left on the clock.
25 seconds. 2 15-yard bombs. With ease. Let me add with ease. Nobody contested it.
And we got Mississippi State next week, and then we got Ole Miss coming. Oh yeah, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be fun times, right? Good old Pete Golden's gonna lead the way for us. Rah, Pete.
Let's go ahead and take another call.
Saying that.
Welcome into the live show. You're on with Justin, Mike, Marvin, and Bo. If you would state your name, where you calling from, what you want to talk about, then hop off and listen so that you can hear everything that my panel has to say.
Hey, this is Mike from Kentucky.
What's going on,
If one more
Mike?
person asks y'all how y'all are doing, I'm gonna cut a finger off. Cause ain't nobody doing good right about now, bro. And you know, I hate to cry foul, but despite the multiple to the 50th power amount of penalties we committed, and despite the DBs playing like a bunch of Pop-Tart pussies, that game. That back judge, bro. Remember when Dallas scooped up that fumble and walked into the end zone with it? On that next possession, am I the only person in America that saw them fumble the ball again? And that back judge was looking straight at it, dude. It's not even close.
He showed fumble.
His knees were nowhere near the ground, dude. That's what's pissing me off. And Kool-Aid run that interception back 60 yards before that flag come out. That shouldn't be allowed. A referee should have a certain amount of time to throw the flag. You know what? He'd look at the Jumbotron on the replay and then throw the flag. I mean, despite the absolute horrible defensive play, that game should have been on ice, man. That dude turned the ball over. Tennessee turned the ball over 2 times inside their 30-yard line. That game should have been on ice. But that's no excuse, man.
I agree.
Man, I didn't think I'd ever say it about Nick Saban, man, but he's losing the edge. He needs to turn the reins over in the defensive backfield because he ain't getting through. Them boys are lost in space, and I don't know if I can watch it no more. I'm telling you, until they get somebody that can call plays on offense. I mean, seriously, did you watch when they replayed that second fumble? Gary Daniels and that other cat calling the game were silent, bro. They didn't have nothing to say about it. It wasn't even close. That game should have been on ice at that point. But it is what it is. I hate to cry referee, but dude, it was the ref. That back judge let Bryce Young get clubbed in the head. It should have been a 1st and goal. And then he let that 320-pounder tee off on him after late. And when they were watching the replay on the targeting call, watch that replay. When they show Bryce Young getting his head tore half off, that dude cracked up laughing, man. Dude, I mean, it was criminal, man. If they're gonna have criminal type refs, I'm gonna go fishing and hunting. I ain't gonna watch football no more. What do y'all think?
Understood. Thanks for the call, Mike. Hey,
Like my
brings up a lot of
coach-
great points. Go ahead,
One of my
Marvin.
coaches always used to tell me something very, very crucial and important. Don't leave the game in the hands of the ref. If you go out there and you dominate your opponent the way you're supposed to, you physically impose your will on him, and you leave no doubt, then the refs will have no say in the game. So we allowed the refs and them to dictate the way this game went, and they handed our asses to us defensively. Again, gave up 52 points. So when you give up 52 points, you can't blame the refs because at the end of the day, you let them dominate you.
You set a mouthful then, brother.
Yeah.
Can't argue with you on that one. Shouldn't have been in that position in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely.
49 points. Come on.
Hey, I get the refs were low down. They did some things that, that kind of put us in bad positions. But speaking of that Kool-Aid interception, okay, the refs didn't push them all the way down to the field and put the game in that situation to where we needed Kool-Aid to pick that off and take it back. We shouldn't have been letting them drop down the field, but we got pushed up and down like we were a bunch of middle school kids against grown men. So, and Bo, go ahead.
And do 34 and not know the rules of the game?
That was just stupidity.
But you got to think, Bo, and Marcus, y'all can attest. If you ain't a 1 or a 2, bro, them boys they ain't coaching you. He probably that kid got there. He's the merit of a good athlete. Probably can jump out the gym, super athletic. Hey man, but when you're not a 1 or a 2, they ain't finna spend time teaching these boys the stuff, man.
But he's still supposed to know, man. This is a live
ball. Live ball.
I know that, but I'm just saying I ain't making no excuses for him. But I don't know maybe he ain't never have they practiced it? You know what I'm saying? How do they practice onside?
It's more common sense than practicing, though. I mean, live ball.
Common sense ain't common, man.
Well, I agree with you, man.
I ain't seen 34 on now special team, but that special team right there. You suppose if you got one job, you on the field for 10 seconds.
You got one.
If they say get away from the ball, why is
you trying
to get on the ball?
When you hear Peter,
you run. You get out of the way. You run.
They've been using Peter for 100 years in football. You hear that term? Everybody.
That Peter word go a long way for a lot of these boys nowadays, man. They run into it now.
He must thought he was on kickoff. He had to think he was on kickoff.
But if anything, fall on top of it. Don't do whatever it is he did, and I don't know what he was doing.
Again,
but yeah, you don't have practice.
I believe he went dark for a minute.
Went to another dimension. That's what he said.
I don't know, man. I'm with you on that. Yeah, but 30. What are you doing?
But you give up 52 points, you deserve to lose.
Yeah, and 17 penalties.
That play was so important. I had to go Google and see who it was.
He from JO, man. I trained him before. Worked him out, man.
Oh, so say it's your fault.
No, it ain't mine. It ain't mine.
So he grew up in Inslee.
Oh, he played at JO, man. The boy can play, man.
Inslee.
Uh-huh.
He ain't gonna be able to go back to Pratt City. You better get it.
I don't know. His mama some gangsters now. His mama, hey, she about that action now.
David Palmer gonna run him up out of there.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Well, let's go ahead and take another caller. You're on live with Justin, Mike, Marvin, and Bo. If you would state your name, where you're calling from, tell us what you want to talk about, and then hang up and listen so that you can hear what the guys had to say in response. But go ahead.
What's going on? This is Tobias from Fresno.
What's up, Tobias, man? First of all, thank you for waiting as long as you have. I know you've been wanting to speak. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
It's all to the good, man. So I'm hearing what everyone is saying, and listen, the guys on the panel, these is legends in Alabama. So y'all alumni. So it seems to me like y'all need to make a trip back to Tuscaloosa and teach these boys what they need to know. because you guys doing a whole lot of like, hey, they should know this. These kids ain't this. Okay, well, go. Y'all need to go and get them right.
Let me
And
get
that's
this.
real talk.
And I
Because
got
if
it out
they
to you,
don't know
Bo.
what they need to do, then y'all need to get them right. I've heard some of these kids in interviews, they don't even know the history of the rivalries. They don't even study it. So y'all need to go down there. I know Saban will let y'all in there, and y'all get these kids right and get their mind right. The other thing I wanted to say is about the penalties. Come on, man. You're not supposed to win no game with 17 penalties. So I don't know why all these adults is calling in, crying, talking about you're not going to watch another game. Stop all that foolishness. Grown adults talking like that, you're going to watch every Alabama game, every one of them. Little guy calling in talking about, I'm going to protest. Stop all that foolishness. You ain't protesting nothing. Saban going to hire who he want to hire. At the end of the day, ballers have to ball. And that's what it is, y'all. And y'all spoke to it. But I wish we would spend more time just on that part. Talking about the OC. And this. I got it. Yeah, OC's got to call plays. OC's got to make sure schemes is right. Defensive coordinators got to get the fit, get us in the right so we can make the fit. Ballers make balling plays. And that didn't happen tonight. I mean, there's no way in the world that if I'm Helms and if I'm Malachi Moore, and I know that I am not better than the man in front of me, because that's all that was, and that's not a slight. None of us who played ball was the best man on the field all the time. We might have felt like, we going to ball, we going to take up the challenge, but you wasn't always the best man on the field. You got burnt. You got beat. You got stuffed. You got tackled. You got kept out from a first down. That happened. And Alabama ain't won since Saban's been, only won 2 championships that was undefeated. So that means there's been a loss every year. I'm more on Marvin's tip. 52 points, you could not have played a good game. So let's stop all of that. Just please stop. You didn't play a good game. However, whether it's you losing 9-6 or winning 12-10, you lost. And however the game has changed right now, it's changed a lot. But the loss is the loss. And when I looked up in the first quarter and saw 28-7, you're not supposed to win, people. So I think Alabama fans, y'all drinking something. Like, I don't know, like football players know, we're not supposed to win today. And you go in, you watch the rest of the game, you hope they make adjustments, because you know that if you have 17 penalties, and we're talking about making adjustments, some of these drives were stopped, and then we had a penalty. It was 3 and out, and then we had a penalty. So it wasn't all scheme, technique. It wasn't all that. It was undisciplined. And I agree with everyone when they say that this generation is on social media, but we all on social media. I get it that they not grinders like we knew, like when we're saying grinding. I get it. That may be true. However, I would say that Tennessee has the same athletes who have social media, and all of them are under the same circumstances to play. The spread offenses are here to stay. So all of this, I understand we can doubt why they weren't running at the end of the game. My thought was you want to run at the end of the game, not just to get the ball in position, but to run the clock down so Tennessee can't get the ball back. To me, that's the big, because if Riker misses it, it's still tied up. They don't have time to do a play. But they've been gassing you all day. I don't know what Alabama fans thought was going to happen. I sat here with my wife, and I said, babe, we about to lose. She said, no, why are you saying that? I said, we about to lose. They're about to bring in Riker. He's about to miss. Tennessee's going to throw 2 chunk passes, and their kicker is about to win them and break the curse. So I just want to say I have nothing but respect for the panel, because these are guys that, man, when I saw y'all playing, I'm just like, this is what football is. However, y'all need to make a trip to Tuscaloosa, so pack it up, get in your Blazers, get in your Escalades, get down there real quick, because this team, if they don't get it together, we've seen it all year. They haven't had it together all year, y'all. Why are we acting like this is a shot? They've had penalties all year. They've been undisciplined all year. Will Anderson, the number one player in the country, did not have his name called tonight. And I don't talk about kids. So, by the way, I wanted to say that to that last caller. Grown folks, don't be calling in the shows, calling these kids peas and all of that kind of stuff. Y'all grown folk, these 22-year-olds, and we're getting entertainment from them. So lay off all of that. Just say you made a bad play. The man in front of you was better. I mean, I just don't like that, man. Anyway, at the end of the day, we could still run the table, could play Georgia or Tennessee in the SEC championship, could win it, and could be in the playoff, and could run the table after that. So with that said, roll tide.
Roll tide. All right. Who wants to take that first? Who's making the trip to Tuscaloosa?
Hey, listen. When you playing football, it ain't no teaching the rule. You automatically know. You gotta know the rule yourself if you want to play. If you at that stage of football, why is I gotta teach you the rule? That's something you should have learned a long time ago back in high school. You know to get away from the ball. Like there's no teaching in that. And then on another stage, Coach Saban have 12 players on that leadership team. Those 12 players is the one that is controlling the team. So those players should take control and get the team in order. It's not our responsibility to do that. We handle our business when we were there. It's the leadership job to get that team in order. Not Coach Saban, not the OC, not DC, not the sprint training coach, not the trainer. The 12 leaders that's on that team, those the one that run the team and over the team. So they fall back on them. So however your leadership team is, that's how it reflect on your player. Well, I don't know what Will Anderson and Bryce Young telling them on Thursday, but it damn sure ain't transferring over to the field if they tell you. That's what I'm saying. It ain't no teaching. You know to get away from that ball. Special team is the easiest rule to learn. That's one thing you know. Get away from the ball when you won't punt. We know that.
I agree.
Me, Marv, and Mike, that's not our responsibility. We did.
They paid me for it.
When we were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They paid me. Hey, Bo, they called me. They paying me. I don't work for free no more. I don't work for free.
There you go. You know what I mean?
But nah, you ain't told no lie. You said it right, man.
That leadership, man. That leadership.
Well,
I'm gonna say one thing before I get out of here, man. When you look at great teams, and me, I'm a former defensive player. I still wholeheartedly and firmly believe championship teams have amazing defenses. Defense wins championships, hands down, bottom line. I'm going offense. I love y'all all day, but defense wins championships. And if you look at your team, Mike, I regularly seen Dante and Rowe snatching folks up, checking them on the field. I regularly seen Ruben and Reggie on the field, checking folks regularly with you, Bo. When I played, listen here, homeboy, I'm going to come to you. We're going to talk about this real quick, and you better fix it. I'm going to talk to coach to get somebody there who will do it right.
Right.
Because we ain't got time for all this at this level.
You know what I mean?
This ain't no babysitting at this level. This is you here to do a job, get it done. If you can't, we on to the next.
and this is Alabama, man. This grown man business, bro. When you put that helmet on, you lace those cleats on, ain't no excuses. Like I said, bro, you get one, my badge. Adjustments have to be made. These offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators are making more than some other head coaches at other universities. So I don't want to hear no excuses. What am I paying you for? I'm paying you to make adjustments. I'm paying you to do a job. I'm paying you to have energy on the sideline. And championship teams are won with the players. The players run the team. Like y'all, like Bo just gave you a free game. Marvin just gave y'all a free game, bro. The team ran by its leaders, and if you ain't got no leaders or no personnel, bro, and it's like almost these boys ain't even scared of saving no more. I ain't trying to be funny. I wasn't scared of him, but when he spoke, man, that man can stop traffic, man. Like, I don't think the respect is there like it used to be, bro. That man used to look at you and look through your soul almost, man. You already know. And with Bo can attest, when you get in that doghouse, you ain't coming out.
And you,
But Mike, let me ask you something though before I get out of here. You earn respect through your play.
Right.
And if you play defense, if Toa yelled at you, would you even listen to what he had to say?
Hey man, you don't get your ass on my face.
Right, you go learn how to play your position before you come talk to me.
All right.
yeah, but that's when that happened. You saw what Mike McCoy said, right? He probably ain't slapped nobody outside the helmet since he been there.
But you can't when you can't do your job. And the middle linebacker should be the face and the personality of that defense. You look at every defense Ray Lewis led, Brian Cox led, Reuben Foster, Rolanda. You pick any great middle linebacker. All of their defenses were direct reflections of themselves.
I need Reuben out there smoking a cigarette. That's what we need.
Yeah.
I need
I'll give him the Newports.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Like, yeah, we know what it is.
We know what it is.
We know what it is off the phone.
Yeah.
We say
they're actually listening to the message now.
They need a dog at middle linebacker who can command that respect to make these boys step up and do what they need when it needs to be done. Because again, when you can't play appropriately to where they're going to follow your leadership, it's hard to command their respect. And I don't say that to say, oh, that's what it sounds like. At 19 years old, I'm talking to 21, 22-year-olds, telling them what they better go do or it's going to be a problem. Because, again, when you're at that position, you better make sure that you command respect. But you also got to lead by example.
I got you. All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up. We've been on here for about an hour and 17 minutes. Guys, we really appreciate y'all being on. We appreciate the live chat.
And to be clear, the last time I played Tennessee, I had 17 tackles on the sack. I think like 4 or 5 TFLs, whole 9. I led by example. So
last time I played Tennessee, I had 5 carries. I had 5 carries for 105 yards.
And you face palmed the fan.
I had about 2 catches, about 40 yards. It wasn't much. I contribute. I pay my tithes, so I'm good.
And then they came to the crib. I did 2 bow over the tops.
We appreciate it, guys. Mike, before we let you go and all y'all go, gotta do it. We do it every week. Give me your lap dogs and give me your pit bulls.
Lap dogs, the whole defense. What are we talking about? The pit bulls, man. Hey, I'm gonna give it to Bryce, man. I did not expect him to play. The fact that he came out, he did what he had to do. And Gibbs, man, you played phenomenal as well, bro. And I'm gonna give Kool-Aid his props. I'm not talking about the whole secondary, but man, I didn't hear his name called too many times, man. I think they stayed away from him tonight. So he didn't get burnt, man. So kudos to him. The rest of that defense, boy, y'all played poo cheese tonight, man. Couldn't come in bed with a blanket. Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you on Tuesday night on the Bama Standard.
Peace and blessings.
Yes, sir.